Hello, this is Doug with Douglas V Amateur Radio and more. Got the plywood shelf box built. Got the radios that when they're not charging stored up there. I've got the batteries down here, just kind of keep the top a little cleaner, and the chargers down there. And earlier I charged those up. I'm doing this on Friday about 5 o'clock on, or 1700 hours Central Time. On Friday, the 11th. But and then I got the original plan was to keep that down there, keep the, to keep it like this. The radius like that, but I was going to keep the TYT down on the bottom. I decided to bring it all the way up just to kind of give more space down there. So, and should have put together, put a plywood support down there to keep the weight on there where that other wood is. Live and learn. And then I'll probably do something. I'll do something different with this top side later on. And I still have 3 PVC or Anderson wires with Anderson power poles on them, but I use this one's coming in from power. This is the 8.9 or the TYT. This is the tuner, and this is the 891. I've got 5 more outlets, 5 more ports for whatever. Seems like we can never have too many radios or charging units or whatever we may need. And if I decide to do any testing on anything. But one thing I may do, and it is a little bit wider than the table. The frame of the table itself is 24 inches by 48 inches, but the MDF top is 49 inches. And when you cut, I didn't take this into effect, or at least I forgot. That's my excuse, I'm sticking to it. When you cut 48-inch tops, this is 3/4 or 23/32 plywood. So it's almost 49.5 inches. I think it's 49 3/8 inches. I don't know what that is in metric, but so it's about 3/8 of an inch wider than the top. So that's one thing I didn't take into effect, but it seems to work out fine for now. I've got that 2x4 in little pieces to support the monitor area. I'll be changing that eventually, but one thing I'm going to be doing is my dad and I are thinking about putting another desk over here, either as a worktop or radio area, depending on what we're doing, and then so I have more space. And what I may do is I'll probably, instead of doing one piece for 4 feet, I'll do 2 pieces like they do cabinets, maybe 3, but so that there's a support in the middle. Basically do it as 2 pieces, so there's more support in the middle, and make it stronger. And I could stack more stuff, put more stuff in there. And I'll probably make that, at least 4 feet total. I may make it, about 6 feet overall. That way it's a little more modular, smaller pieces. And probably what I'll end up doing is get a miter saw if I'm going to be out here more. And I've been out here for 2 weeks total this year, 1 week at each time, and then few days on a weekend trips. So it might be a good idea to start bringing more tools like that out here, so I can get cleaner cuts, make it look a little nicer. I figured I'd use the cheaper CDX to learn on, but it's, yeah, looking pretty good for a rank amateur woodworking. Just get to working, get to doing it, learn along the way. And I still haven't figured out why the in WinLink it has those short clicky, you know, where it just like it sounds like it's tuning, but yeah, it's not. Maybe it is, but I don't think it is. But it just doesn't WinLink, not JS8. Any thoughts? Please leave it in the comments. But you know, still a work in progress, like always. Are we ever done modifying our shacks? Real quick before I end, before I end this rambling mess, I'm going to put that somewhere else, and I might add a second one, just so I don't have to, so I can have multiple. But anyway, everything's looking good. Everything seems to be doing well. Other than that, not being heard on FT8 or JS8, except, you know, even though it says it's transmitting. And, you know, that's just that. Shalom, 73. Have a great weekend.